Hello, and this will be questions number 5 through 8 on your quiz review homework assignment. So we look at number 5. Before we can start to do anything, we're going to need to distribute that -3 to both terms. When we do that, we get -3x minus 9 is greater than or equal to 6. The next step is to add 9 to both sides. And we get -3x is greater than or equal to 15. From here, in order to get x by itself, we need to divide by -3. What we cannot forget is that when we divide by a negative, we need to flip the sign. And 15 divided by -3 is -5. So solving the equation, we should get that statement. And let's go ahead and graph that. So we have a critical point at -5, and because it is less than or equal to, we are going to have a closed circle. And x is less than -5, so if we draw our arrow to the left, that represents all values less than -5. Number 6, we have a fraction, and in order to get rid of a fraction, we can multiply by what's in the denominator. So we'll start out by multiplying. Since we're dividing by 5, let's multiply by 5. But to do 2 steps in one, I still have that negative I'll end up needing to get rid of, so I'm going to multiply by -5, so I can do everything in one step. Once I do that, the negatives and the 5s are going to cancel. Oh, and there's an extra variable in there. Let's say that variable is a 1. So we get x is greater than, because the sign flips because we multiplied by a negative, and -6 times -5 is +30. So again, that is going to be our solve portion. Now let's go ahead and graph that on the number line. So our critical point is 30, so I like to do 1 to the left, 1 to the right on my scale. Because it's just greater than, we use an open circle. And it's all values greater than 30. So if I were to test 31, 31 is greater than 30, that's true. So 31 is a solution, therefore I did draw my arrow on the correct side. Number 7, first thing I need to do is get my letters on one side, my numbers on the other. So I like to keep my x's on the left, so by doing that, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. 5x minus 2x is 3x. I have +3 is less than, those canceled, -9. Next, I need to get my numbers on the right side. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. 3x, those positive and -3 cancel. -9 minus 3 is -12. And our last step is to get 3x by itself by dividing by 3. And I get x is less than -4. Note that my sign did not change because I divided by a +3. Let's go ahead and graph this. My critical value is at -4. So 1 to the left is -5 and 1 to the right is -3. It is a less than sign, so I need an open circle. And anything less than -4 is going to be to the left. Alright, the last one, I'm going to use a shortcut that I think you all might like a little bit better. I'm going to divide both sides by 3 right away. In doing so, 3's cancel, 3's cancel. So I am left with x minus 4 is less than or equal to x plus 1. Alright, we've got numbers and letters on both sides, so let's get our letters on the same side, on the left. I'm going to subtract an x. When I do that, all of the x's cancel out, so I have the statement -4 is less than or equal to 1. Now I have to evaluate, is this true or is this false? In this case, it is true Therefore, my solution is all real numbers. All right, thanks for checking in, and if you have any other questions, check the other two videos.